Hello and welcome, students. My name is Tim Starr, and I'm going to be your professor for the next 13 or so weeks. I have about 20 years at Valencia teaching. I'm very familiar with it. My preference is to teach online. I think it all works for our schedules a little bit better. My schedule kind of fluctuates all over the place. I did want to go over a few things with you today, just introduce myself and let you know how I run my courses. There's plenty of videos online, and there's comments about myself online. I am former military, and I did do 23 years at Disney in engineering. I was in management out there. I worked at Magic Kingdom and Epcot during those times. So I have an extensive background in computer and computer science and also management. A couple of things I want to make sure that we get in order here. The first week, I know a lot of you want to hit the ground running and get things done. What I'm asking that you do the first week is focus on your bio and some courses. I teach 7 courses this semester, so this is just a generic overview of all my courses for all my students to say hello. What you're going to find is there is a bio due that's due before the 18th at midnight. That is mandatory. If you don't submit that bio, I simply drop you from the course. And as far as late work, I'm going to warn you up front because I found that for the most part, Valencia students are pretty motivated. They do a pretty good job. It's very, very important in my classes you don't fall behind. I'm double checking the syllabus to make sure it's in there, but if you turn in late work, there is a pretty severe penalty. In the COP 1000 class, even if you're second late, you automatically get 50 points deducted from your score, and the second week it's late, you're going to just fail that particular assignment with a 0. The reason we have to do that is that if you get behind in any of my courses, it's very hard to get caught up. And I find that if I'm going to crack down a little bit, I don't think it's fair to the students that turn their work in on time and submit their work the way I want it submitted. I don't think it's fair to them to reward those who are not following the rules. So make sure you pay attention in your particular class. Some of my courses, if you turn in late work, it's 0 right out of the get-go. I'll still look at it. I'll still give you some feedback, but you'll get a 0. So make sure you pay attention to the penalties for late work. And if you're a procrastinator, you need to fix that. Not my problem. I'll be quite blunt with you there. The course is structured. There's a lot of videos you have to watch. People often ask me, well, what's up with the videos? Sometimes you don't post content that's your videos. Let me tell you about videos. For me to create a 5-minute video on a topic, it takes about an hour of time. You have to record it, you have to edit it, you have to compile it, and then you have to upload it. So what I've done for most assignments is I've gone out and I've found you some supplemental videos that were created by other people. They're excellent videos. The time has already been done. It saves me time. It allows me to focus on course content and helping individuals a little bit more. So please, please, please watch those videos. Now, if you're in a course, specifically in my Bash scripting course, there are some videos in there that when you watch them, you will get a grade. Try to use either Firefox or Chrome for the browser. If you use Internet Explorer, it won't populate your grade. Now, if it is a graded video that I created, what will happen in the grade book is you will get a 0. All right? Don't panic. A couple times a week I go in there. If I see that you've watched the video, I can tell on my end if you watched the whole video. I will update your score and I'll give you 100 or whatever percentage of the video you watched. Okay, now if you go in and you rewatch that video, it'll change to a 0. Please do not email me every week saying that, well, I got a 0 on this, okay? Because I do go in and I check and make sure that you did them, and then I update the grades. I'm a very, very fair person, but you have to do the work. So on the videos, if you get a 0 after you watched a video that is a scored video, those are the ones that a lot of times that were created by me. Don't worry about it. Don't panic. At the end of the semester, I do send out a note with you if you're missing some things. And if there's a question that I have on the videos, I'll probably contact you way before the end of the semester. So don't worry too much about the score on those videos. I think if you use Chrome, it'll automatically give you a grade and it'll give you the 100%. But for whatever reason, some of the other browsers, it doesn't transfer that score over to the grade book. So don't panic there. Let's talk about emails real quick. Only email me from the Canvas module, your course. Make sure you start a new subject line or a subject word, if you will. I think I put in a syllabus if I've created a thread that is on oranges and your question is about apples, don't reply back to the subject thread of oranges. All right, that's so that we can stay organized. And if you're sending something to me, make sure that you only reply back to me and not the whole course, because it creates a big mess in our inboxes. One of the downsides of Canvas, and I really do like the Canvas tool, but sometimes the email functionality and the organization aspects of it are not what I would like to see. So it's very important that if you have a question on a specific topic, please start a new thread and select me from the email send to address and send it to me. Now, let's talk about my office hours. I am normally available from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, Monday through Fridays. All right, that's when I'm physically in an office somewhere. And of course, I do have other appointments. I have people I meet with online, and sometimes I have to go to the doctor or whatever. But I really, really try to make myself available during that time period. You can send me an email. You can request to meet. Make sure that you include in there any questions you're going to have, so I can maybe do a little bit of pre-research or look into something for you. And we use Zoom a lot. We use Zoom a lot in my courses. Last semester, because of COVID, we were all online 100%. And my big thing is I really enjoyed the time I had with my students, and I created a lot of really nice relationships with students. And again, there's going to be, probably most of you are going to have an assignment where you have to meet with me online, and we just do a quick hello and whatnot, and you get a grade for that. It's just so I can put a name with the face, get to know you a little bit, because I like to know all my students. That's important to me. Some students, they like to say hello a lot, and I actually have relationships. I spent the winter break, I probably had a dozen meetings with students from last semester just to shoot the bull and see how they were doing and that kind of thing. So I try to be personal when I can. I know some of y'all, you don't want interaction with the instructor. I enjoy doing it. So you'll probably get a meeting request from me, and we'll go from there. So anyways, let's see. Late work, we covered that. The emails, we covered that. If you're in a coding class, i.e. Bash scripting and or the COP 1000 course, you will have specific requirements for the way I want your homework submitted. And I'll be posting those this week. Again, the first week is just a kind of getting to know you, getting everybody set up, getting everybody organized. We do have people that'll drop a class or add a class, so I don't do a lot of graded work with the exception of the bio, and some of you may have a little quiz that's answering some questions maybe on the syllabus or something like that. Please get that done, stay on track. The second week is when we actually start doing our coding and we start doing research and things like that. It's set up specifically for that because we have students that come and go. So been through this a lot. It's a lot easier on me. It's a lot easier on the students if I keep everybody on the same sheet of music. For books, in the Bash scripting class, I will provide you with plenty of links and external resources. For the COP 1000 course, there is a book that's required, but it's free at the school's online e-library. There's information posted online on how you can get that in your course module. There is one caveat with that. It's a free book. You don't have to pay for it. It doesn't cost you any money, blah, 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 blah. But what's really cool is, you don't have to pay for it, and it's a pretty good book. The downside is I think your license is only good for like 30 or 60 days. I've had one student in all the times I've taught the COP 1000 course that complained that he had to go in at the end of whatever the trial period is, 30 days or 60 days, however long they lend you that book out electronically, and he had to re-download it. And he complained fiercely about it. Don't get it. Sorry, just don't get it. I'm saving you purchasing a book. There's plenty of other online resources, but this particular book that we have selected from the e-library is a pretty good book. Make sure you read it. And as far as the external videos that I have posted, I didn't go through and post all those videos because I had nothing to do. I've watched all those videos. I like all those videos. You'll have a couple different people, specifically Bucky. I really like him. He's called the New Boston, and my students have always loved him. He's a great guy. He's a smart guy. He makes over $100,000 a year doing YouTube videos. He's really good. He's short. He's to the point. I highly encourage you to do that. Now, in your IDEs for the COP 1000 course, you're free to use whichever IDE you want to use. The school kind of pushes, and you'll see some old videos from Professor Archibald that he created several years ago on like Virtual Studio 2006 or 2007, something like that. Virtual Studio is a great program. It's a great IDE. It's what is used a lot in the real world. The downside to it is, especially for starting students, new students, is it takes up a lot of resources. It'll run on a computer that has 4 gigs, but it's very, very slow. I suggest you do code blocks. That's a very, very easy tool. It's available for all operating systems. It's easy to install. Just make sure that when you install it, you select install as administrator, all right, because it's going to go in the background. It's going to do some stuff in the background. Next week, by next week, I will have a new video on the latest version of CodeBlocks that's posted out there. The version, I do have a video out there now in your course, but it's from an older version. It's a year old, so I want to update that video, and that'll be ready by next Sunday, the 17th. Anyways, I'm hoping everybody has a great time. If you have any problems, feel free to reach out to me. There is one other thing. I do a thing called Tim's Tech Talks. Tim's Tech Talks are nothing more than anybody that wants to join in. It's not a requirement of the course. It's not a requirement of Valencia. It's just me giving students an hour every couple weeks of my time where they can ask me questions about the industry. They're not normally course specific. Towards the end, if you have a course specific question during a Tim's Tech Talk, I'll normally talk to you offline. But this is things like which is better, degree or certifications, what can I expect in the real world, what's going on in technology, some new technologies. One of the things that's great about teaching is that I learn new things from the students. All right, this is an ever-changing industry that we've all selected to be in as far as IT. And I do networking, I do engineering work, I do computer repairs, I do programming, I do all kinds of stuff. I do data research. That's big in my position and some of the jobs I get contracted for. So it's a very diverse thing. And sometimes students find a tool or a website or something that's Groovy Tunes that I don't know about. I love talking to students about Raspberry Pis. I've got bunk loads of Raspberry Pis at my home, and I do all kinds of sensor work and robotics work and things like that. So, if you're somebody that likes doing those kind of things, make sure you include that in your bio this week, because I do a little bit of Raspberry Pi discussions online and talk about them. So that's pretty much an overview. You get to know me. Main thing is stay in communications with me. Get your work done on time. There's a heavy penalty if you don't get it done on time. And be engaged and enjoy the class and share ideas with each other. Share information. Work together. I allow that. Don't copy homework off of each other, but create some rooms offline. Work together. You'll learn a lot more working in a group, and it's a skill that's required in the real world. Anyways, thank you. Welcome to the course, and have a great 2021 semester. Thank you.